Yeah. Please fill me with the Ruach HaKodesh, that I may speak your written words with boldness to those who listen. I ask all these things in Yeshua HaMashiach's name. Amen. We'll start with the Shema. Listen and obey. Children of Yah, pay careful attention and respond. Yud-He Vav-He is our power and authority. Yahweh works in unity with himself, and you shall act upon your love to Yahweh with your power and authority, with your thoughts in mind, with your entire body, with all the muchness that you have. Galatians chapter 4. What I am saying is that as long as their heir is a minor, he is no different from a slave. Even though he is a legal owner of the estate, rather he is subject to guardians and caretakers until the time previously set by his father. So it is with us. When we were children, we were slaves to the elemental spirits of the universe. But when the appointed time arrived, God sent forth his Son. He was born from a woman, born into a culture in which legalistic perversion of the Torah was the norm, so that he might redeem those in subjection to this legalism, and thus enable us to be made God's sons. Now, because you are sons, God has sent forth into our hearts the Spirit of his Son, the Spirit who cries out, Abba, that is, dear Father. So through God, you are no longer a slave, but a son. And if you are a son, you are also an heir. In the past, when you did not know God, you served as slaves, being which in reality are non-gods. But now you do know God, and more than that, you are known by God. So how is it that you turn back again to those weak and miserable elemental spirits? Do you want to enslave yourselves to them once more? You observe special days, months, seasons, and years. I fear for you that my work among you has been wasted. Brothers, I beg you, put yourselves in my place. After all, I put myself in your place. It isn't that you have done me any wrong. You know that it was because I was ill that I proclaimed the good news to you at first. And even though my physical condition must have tempted you to treat me with scorn, you did not display any sign of disdain or disgust. No, you welcomed me as if I had been an angel of God, as if I had been the Messiah Yeshua himself. So what has become of the joy you felt? For I bear you witness that had it been possible, you would have gouged out your own eyes and given them to me. Have I now become your enemy because I tell you the truth? True, these false teachers are zealous for you, but their motives are no good. They want to separate you from us so that you will become zealous for them. To be zealous is good, provided always that the cause is good. Indeed, whether I am present with you or not, my dear children, I am suffering the pains of giving birth to you all over again. And this will go on until the Messiah takes shape in you. I wish I could be present with you now and change my tone of voice. I don't know what to do with you. Tell me, you who want to be in subjection to the system that results from perverting the Torah into legalism, don't you hear that the Torah itself says? It says that Abraham had two sons, one by the slave woman and one by the free woman. The one by the slave woman was born according to the limited capabilities of human beings, but the one by the free woman was born through the miracle-working power of God, fulfilling his promise. Now, to make an application of these things, the two women are two covenants. One from Mount Sinai and bears children for slavery. This is Hagar. Hagar is Mount Sinai in Arabia. She corresponds to the present Jerusalem, for she serves as a slave among along with her children. But the Jerusalem above is free, and she is our mother. For the Tanakh says, "Rejoice, you barren woman who does not bear children. Break forth and shout, you who are not in labor. For the deserved wife will have more children than the one whose husband is with her." You, brothers, like Yitzhak, are children referred to in a promise of God. But just as then the one born according to limited human capability persecuted the one born through the Spirit's supernatural power, so it is now. Nevertheless, what does the Tanakh say? Get rid of the slave woman and her son, for by no means will the son of the slave woman inherit along with the son of the free woman. So, brothers, we are children not of the slave woman, but of the free woman. Shaul pulls from the Tanakh 2 times. 1, rejoice, you barren woman who does not bear children. Break forth and shout, you who are not in labor. For the deserved wife will have more children than the one whose husband is with her. Isaiah 54, 1. Ooh, 54. Sing, barren woman who has never had a child. Burst into song, shout for joy. You who have never been in labor. For the deserted wife will have more children than the woman who is living with her husband, says Yodhe Vavhe. Also, get rid of the slave woman and her son, for by no means will the son of the slave woman inherit along with the son of the free woman. Genesis 21:10. Genesis 21:10. So Sarah said to Abraham, throw this slave girl out and her son. I will not have this slave girl's son as your heir along with my son Yitzhak. How can we learn to love our Creator after reading Galatians chapter 4? We can trust that God sent his son at the appointed time. Yeshua was born from a woman, born into a culture in which legalistic perversions of the Torah was the norm. Trust that Yeshua came to redeem us and enable us to be made God's sons. Trust that when we are God's sons, the Spirit of his Son is sent forth into our hearts. Know that we who trust in Yeshua are heirs. Trust leads to knowing God and God knowing you. Trust that you are not a slave to special days, months, seasons, and years. Invest your time in sharing the good news. Learn to empathize well with others. Proclaim the good news at all times, letting nothing hold you back. Display joy with others. Proclaim the truth no matter how hard it is. Aim to have pure motives. Aim to unite each other. Aim to be zealous. Aim for the Messiah to take shape in you. Know that if we are born in Yeshua the Messiah, then we are born through miracle-working power of God fulfilling his promise. Redeem the new covenant. Remember the new covenant, that we are children of the free woman. How can we love others as Yeshua loves us? We can proclaim the truth no matter how hard it is. Produce spiritual fruit, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, humility, self-control. How can we bear one another's burdens? We can help others to aim for the Messiah to take shape in them. I love it. We'll end with the Aaronic blessing. Yod-Heh Vav-Heh will kneel before you presenting gifts, and he will guard you with a hedge of protection. Yahweh will illuminate the wholeness of his being toward you, bringing order, and he will provide you with love, sustenance, and friendship. Yahweh will lift up the wholeness of his being and look upon you and will set in place all you need to be whole and complete. Amen.